If you're running Facebook ads for your clinic and you're not seeing a steady stream of new high quality patients, you're probably making one, if not all 5 of these costly mistakes. And these could be costing you tens of thousands of dollars, possibly even hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Yes, the average clinic should be making no less than $150,000 per month, upwards of $500,000 to $1 million per month if you're in the right location with the right sales, marketing, and operations. My name is Daniel Walton. I've been scaling clinics to $500,000 and $1 million months. So if you want to hit $500,000 or $1 million a month, this is the channel for you. Make sure to fill out that application below. There's an application you can apply to work with me. I look for businesses that are in a position to grow. Generally, they're already in that 150 to 250K range, and I'm going to help them double, triple, possibly quadruple their business in a very short time frame. Now, if you're not in that position, still knock out that application. We have tons of resources that we can help you to get to that next level. I do have a coaching offer where I can coach you on the exact foundations that you need to get there and then hire a high-level digital strategist like myself. So let's dive right into this video. These are the 5 mistakes that I see most clinics making when running ads. For those of you that have been running ads, I'm going to lean straight into the number 1 mistake I see, which is poor lead quality. Poor lead quality is a great indicator that you're hiring the wrong marketing personnel or agency that you're working with. Now, the reason for poor lead quality, the most common reason is going to be running coupons, discounts, or gimmicky tactics. Only 5 vouchers, right? Like, come on, you're selling to rich people. You are selling a premium service. Keep in mind, insurance doesn't cover this. Most of your treatments, low end might be $70 a visit, high end, hundreds to possibly thousands of dollars per visit. Who can actually afford to spend those? Very wealthy people, affluent people. They're smarter than the poor people. They're smarter than those people. They understand gimmicky tactics. They don't want price discounts. Generally, when you advertise something with a price discount, it attracts a bargain shopper. That's the main thing. So it attracts bargain shoppers. And what happens is when you start to attract these bargain shoppers, the AI kicks in. And guess what? It gives you more. It says, you want all these, we're going to give you more of these. And what happens is now you wasted thousands attracting brokies, Grouponers. And the worst part, now you've built a brand on discounts. Now, I'm not saying never do a discount. There is a right time and a place to offer a discount, but you never want to run with that on the front end. So immediately before you make a marketing decision, ask your marketing personnel what ad they're going to run, what offer they're going to run. Look at some of their past creatives. That's going to be a huge indicator. 95% of the agency, I know all of them. I literally consult on some of my biggest competitors, and I actually don't have any competition. I'm in a league of my own. I do not watch and see what any of your competitors are doing. I never do that. I don't care what anybody else is doing because I do marketing right. I understand what marketing psychology we need to lean into. What are the pains of the market? I do the right work. And when you do that, it doesn't matter what the competition's doing. The competition's irrelevant because I'm not marketing for the competition. Guess who I'm marketing for? Who you should be marketing for? Your patient, your client. I only care about them. So I never actually look at any competition, any competitors, any of your stuff because guess what? I care what the patient cares about. And when I lean into the patient experience and journey and the right messaging, I can attract those. So poor lead quality, biggest thing. Number 2, biggest issue is poor sales teams and infrastructure. You might think, well, Daniel, I'm a cash-based clinic. I'm a doctor. I'm not a sales organization. Yes, you are. You are a sales and marketing organization. And the sooner that you can realize that, the sooner you are going to make a lot of money. If you are any service-based business, you are a sales and marketing organization. You have 2 problems that you have to solve for at any time: sales and marketing. That's it. Those are the only 2 problems that exist. If leads are picking up the phone, if leads are showing to the appointments at above a 60% or higher, you don't have a marketing issue. You have a sales issue. And generally what I see is closers, if you even have them, a closer is nothing but a sales professional. They don't need to know your particular market or service, although that will help. But closers blame marketing. They love not blaming. Most people that are comfortable in sales, not all of them, but actually the best ones don't have a big ego, but most rookie salespeople, they think they're the best. They think they're so good. And that's the easiest way to tell a poor salesperson, I'm so good at sales. I'm good at sales. I don't think most salespeople are that good at sales, to be honest. I've audited hundreds of salespeople. I mean, actually, if you factor in all my clients that I haven't even worked for, right? I'm talking hundreds of reps that I've managed over the last almost 20 years of being a sales professional, sales and marketing professional. I've directly managed well over 100 reps and listened, trained, built foundations. For my clients, audited hundreds of sales calls. So a lot. And most poor salespeople blame marketing. A good salesperson, get me more leads, get me more conversations. Now, they'll also provide you feedback. Hey, is there any way we can change things up? So that's going to be the difference. They're not going to say it's my fault or it's a marketing fault. So the closers blame marketing. That's top. Then there's no systematized or systematic sales process, meaning call lead in 5 minutes, an ability to track and measure with weekly reports on it, follow up, note taking, trust assets. They don't have a clue how to do this, right? Now we don't provide sales in any capacity, but we provide sales best practices because we're performance based. So the more you sell, the better we do, the more money I can make. And it's crazy that businesses don't take this seriously because it's literally your lifeline. Your business is dead without sales. That is the single most important thing. A good closer can take you from selling a $10,000 surgery to now $20,000. It can take them from buying a $500 treatment to a $1,000 treatment. It is so valuable to do that. Now, marketing is going to help with that too. Marketing will definitely help you get the right people on the phone in the appointments, but man, it is so important. This is follow-up. So follow-up process. And then additionally, what I see, they miss upsell opportunities. Another big one, especially when you're running ads. If you can get a good closer who can close 30 to 40% upsell, meaning if they sell 10 people, 3 out of those 4 people that came in for a $500 offer now bought more than $500. That immediately takes you from I'm at a break-even campaign to I'm profiting, and now I'm making money for every dollar I put in. Huge. And then I think the biggest thing that I've witnessed too is a great closer can salvage the bad leads. Because really at the end of the day, you don't have an issue. You shouldn't not be able to spend $5,000 to $10,000 a month and make money. If you're spending $5,000 to $10,000 a month and not making money, most likely you have a sales issue. Unless the lead volume's really down, that's one thing. But if you're getting leads, for example, if you're running Botox and you can't convert those leads, you have a sales issue. That's it. End of day. Now, obviously, if the conversations don't happen, but if you're calling the leads in a timely manner, following up with them, you have a good offer, and you just can't convert the people that pick up the phone to appointments or to treatments, you really have a sales issue, and you really have to be real with yourself. And I know this is probably very hard for you to hear because I talk to thousands of these business owners a year, and I don't have a sales issue. We're really good at sales. But you have to look at your perspective. Well, what is the sales that you're good at? Well, from people that came in from Google, who were already intent, they did all their research and decided to go into my business, or a referral? You mean you're basing your sales off of somebody who walked already into your doors? Yeah, of course you're going to sell those people. They already had intent on giving you money. Of course. You can't base it off of that. You have to base your ability in sales purely off of your previous experience converting marketing leads. And you have to do the math and look at the numbers. I got 1,000 leads. 10% of those turned into conversations. We got 100 people that picked up and actually spoke to us. And of those, I closed 10. That's a sales issue, right? You need to base it off of your conversation rate. How many people did I converse with that I closed? And it needs to be high, 20 to 40%. And if you can't, you have one of two things, an offer issue or a sales issue, but most likely both. A good salesperson is going to adjust the offer and sell something because they got to make money. The other thing that I see most common, so we covered poor sales, poor lead quality. A lot of clinics, they're actually, I just spoke with somebody today. They were spending $1,500 on one campaign, $1,500 on another campaign, is not spending enough per campaign. And if an agency tells you that you can spend $1,500 on multiple campaigns per month, run. They don't know a thing about these platforms. This is from Facebook. You need to be spending $100 per day per campaign. So let's say you want to do Botox. Let's say you want to do weight loss. Let's say you want to do hormones. You need to put $300 a day toward those campaigns in order to exit the learning phase. Now, can you make money on less than that? Absolutely, but it's not recommended. You have to give the algorithm enough juice to exit the learning phase and for the machine learning to kick in. And what happens is you end up just really spreading yourself thin. So $100 a day on these campaigns. Number 4 issue is operations. And this comes down to processes, right, in the business, including sales, patient experience, follow-ups, and systems. In business, you don't rise to the level of your goals, meaning I want to make $1 million a month. So I set that as a goal, I'm going to hit it. You fall to the level of your systems. So if, let's say 1 month, you focus really hard on sales, but you don't put the effort in to build a sales system, meaning, hey, every time a lead comes in, this is what we do. Here's how we track it. I've got the reports. I've got the SOPs to train and onboard somebody. I know when to fire a poor performing salesperson. I know the sales system through and through. I'm a sales machine. So what's going to happen is you're going to focus on sales. You're going to put all this energy in sales. You're like, yes, we got there. We got to 100K month. We're 1/10 away. We're making good. And that's significant, right? And then you're like, okay, time to focus on improving the patient experience. So you direct your effort without building the system. And then what happens? Your sales start to diminish, right? So you need a system that works every day. The difference between successful business people and unsuccessful business people is one thing. Successful business people, they repeat successful actions. So when you find something that works, whether it's how to treat a patient, how to run a consult, stop and process it. Make a system and process around that that's repeatable that you can now offload to somebody lower level than yourself. You need to first focus on what you're best at. Generally, it's going to be the technician, right? If you're a doctor, or the sales if you're more of a business owner. Those are the 2 most important things that you can do, and then outsource to somebody else and work with them to build the systems and processes around it. And then I do really want to say the patient experience again, because no amount of marketing or sales can solve this. If you're, I see like people like doing med spas out of urgent care clinics. Like, what the heck? For real? Do it right. If you're going to do something, do it right. Don't try to half-ass this. Nobody wants to go into get medical spa treatments or wellness stuff with a bunch of sick people that are dying. Like, that just is not anything. Like, there's zero logic behind that. I don't know how, and you'd be surprised how many businesses I've spoke to that they're like, yeah, Daniel, is this, we got money. I'm like, not interested. Nah. I did one time, I didn't know, and actually I had no clue. This guy was like, I feel bad for him. He invested so much money into equipment. I was actually really excited for this deal. He was very hungry, very smart, seemed very smart, but I didn't know the location. You know, people come from all over the internet to work with me. And we hire him, or we take him on as a client. We send out some influencers and content creators to go get content. They walk up and they're like, nope, I'm out. I'm not going to get there. He was like in the Bronx, and they sent me a photo. It was just the most ghetto looking front end, just graffiti all over the walls, looked like just not a safe place at all. And I couldn't even believe that that person thought that it would be a good idea to open up a clinic there. And I didn't know. You know, they told me the numbers. I asked, what's your staffing? I'm asking all the logistical stuff about their operations and like, can we help them? And I made the decision that we could. Immediately saw that. I was like, nope, we're out. Refunded the money, canceled the contract, and was out because it wasn't worth it. Like, I would have never been able to make that work. If that influencer couldn't go and get free treatment, you think you're going to get somebody to pay $1,000 for M-Sculpt? Yeah, right. And then number 5 is the wrong content systems. So just because you want to make money on social media, posting content doesn't make you money. They think posting content works. That doesn't. And what do I mean by posting content? I mean just posting because I know I need to post. And I've heard that if I post 6 times a day, 3 times a day, once a week, twice a week, whatever it is, that I'm going to eventually crack the code on the algorithm. It doesn't work that way. It is purely based off of the user experience that you create from the content. This includes ads and organic content. So what I see is Canva ads or Canva content by a VA or cheap agency. Good content is going to cost you about $5K a month or more. It's good content. That's what it's going to cost. I don't make the rules. That's just what it costs. And the reason for that is you need good equipment, good creators, good people. This thing called the strategy. When you hire people, the strategy isn't a strategy. It's a tactic. It's the tactic of I need to post content. Tactics don't make you money in marketing. So you need to have the right posting content that actually works and the right strategy that works. Additionally, on the ad side with the wrong content is they're generally not hitting the numbers, right? These are expensive treatments, high ticket, as we call it. And we've determined that high tickets need 10 to 20 impressions to drive sales. Go in your ads manager if you're running ads and look at the frequency. Your average sales cycle, about 7 days. If you're really well lubricated operation, probably faster than that, meaning when a lead comes in till when they give you money, the average time frame for that. That doesn't mean the fastest time frame. That doesn't mean the longest. That means the average. So you just do the math and you figure out when these leads came in, when did they give me money? And you build this spreadsheet and then you'll see the average. And it's very important for you to know the numbers because this 10 to 20 impressions, we need to hit that in the average sales cycle. So if that's 7 days, that means they need to see these in a 7-day window. And if you don't know how to set those up right, that's what we help for. That's what we help clinics do. And we help them get their content strategy set up. We help them sell to rich people and get in the audience and really start driving results. So if that sounds interesting, if I provided any value to you, please hit that subscribe button. It will help spread this to other people. Share this to other people. And then if you don't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram. All my information is below. I'm very responsive and active. Feel free to shoot me any questions and I'll answer any questions that you have. I can immediately diagnose your business. I'm wicked. Like I can see just based off your ads, your funnel, your landing pages, your Instagram. I can talk to you in less than 5 minutes, immediately tell you what your business problems are. I've done thousands of audits of businesses in your space. I am very knowledgeable. I would argue the most knowledgeable person in this space that is doing this for these businesses. And you get that from spending lots and lots of money. So if you want to spend lots and lots of money, which means you make lots of money when done right, make sure to tap the link, apply to work with me, hit me up on Instagram, and let's make some money.